Afternoon and welcome to the 2024 Media Day. Welcome back. We would now like to welcome to the Cooper Chevrolet stage at Media Day the Alexandria Valley Cubs. Coach Todd Ginn was out of town today, and so we have Coach Will Ginn with us here today. He's going to introduce the two players, and so they are in, let's see, what region are you in? Region 4A, Region 6. So last year they were in 5A. This year Alexandria has dropped down to 4A. So Coach Ginn opened it up for beginning statement.
I got here with me Dean Boxley. He's offensive tackle, defensive tackle for us, senior. Cleet Forrest plays cornerback. He plays cornerback and does all our kicking duties for us. And he's also a senior. You know, these kids, we've had a good off season. I feel like they've worked real hard. We're going to really rely on these. You know, we don't have a lot of seniors this year. We're still kind of a young team, but our seniors, you know, we're really going to rely on them. You know, as far as you know, getting those young guys ready, and just you know, playing Alexandria football like we used to.
Well, last year in that 5A region Alexandria was in last year was pretty tough by itself.
That's right.
And now you've dropped into 4A, and the state didn't do Alexandria any favors in this region. So talk about how you feel right now, what the region looks like, and where y'all going to try to fit in with it.
Yeah, like you said, you know, you think dropping from 5A to 4A, it would benefit you. And you know, overall it probably does, but you know, we're in a heck of a region. You know, I don't. It's too early to talk about, you know, who's at the top and who's at the bottom and stuff like that. But you know, we're going to try our best to fit in that top four. You know, that's the goal. I think that's these guys. They want to get back in those playoffs. We missed them last year. You know, we're not used to that. So I think they're hungry and we're all hungry. So that's the goal to start off with is to get back in that top four.
This question's for Dean. So, Dean, what's your favorite part of practice? I mean, what's your favorite part? Is it the workouts? Is it the running, the hitting? What's your favorite part?
I really enjoy the workouts. I think my favorite part is the hitting. I think I started football real late, so I didn't get to get a taste of it when I was younger, but I'm really into it right now.
And Cleet, you know, you earned that name probably more than anybody, being called Cleet. So aside from all the work that you put in with the team, how much extra do you put in when you're kicking duties to, you know, keep that polished up?
A lot. There's a lot more that goes into it than most people realize. But one thing about it is I really enjoy it. It's not a job to me. It's fun. I love doing it. That's why I do it.
To Will, Dean, and Cleet, how tough was it to go through a year like last year, and what did that do as far as motivating this team forward into this year?
You know, I feel like these guys, you know, we're not, like I said, we're not used to having a season like that. And these guys, I've really been impressed with them this summer. You know, I feel like, you know, they could have, if we got kicked down and they could have, you know, laid down and sulked, but you know, I feel like it's really motivated them. And they kind of want to come back and redeem themselves, and I think if anything, it's made them hungrier from what I've seen so far.
It's not something we're used to. That wasn't Alexandria football. Last year was not. It wasn't Alexandria football. I've been a part of this team for a while, and that's not what we're used to. And we got a bad taste in our mouth, and we're going to really improve this year.
Question right here, over here on your left, Cleet. I know you play golf, you enjoy that, pretty doggone good golfer as well. Talk about golf being, you're an individual scorer, but yet you play as a team. It's very, very similar to being a kicker, because a lot of times at the end of a game, even though you got to have a snapper and a line, you feel like it's you that it boils down to, but yet you still play on the team. Do you see that as very similar as golf?
Yes, sir, I do. And not only that, but the mechanics of everything are the exact same, the swing and all that.
Which one do you like the most?
Kicking.
You like kicking? Tell us about since we're talking to you, tell us about your future. What's your aspirations beyond high school?
So this summer, and really in the past summers I've been visiting a lot of colleges and been in touch with some colleges and picked up a couple offers this summer, and I'm really looking forward to hopefully playing some college football.
Very good. All right, Dean, talk about you being a senior this year. You're in that role now as a leader on the team, where before you've always had guys older than you. Do you feel any extra added pressure now that everybody looks at you to be a leader, or do you wear that with pride?
That kind of how it was last year. I kind of felt like one of the leaders, and I also do wrestling, so I again was one of the older guys on that team, so I've been kind of the leader the past 2 years. So there's not much more added pressure this year.
So, Cleet, I gotta ask you this question because a lot of people are dying to know. I used to do the radio, so I would watch you in pregame warm-ups, and just so we can all be clear, what's the record for you so far? How far have you actually kicked and made one so far?
In a game or in practice?
Either one.
Well, in practice I've made it from 63. In a game it's 48. Hoping to improve that.
Gets a little tighter in the ball game, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, a little more relaxed in practice. 63, is that all? That's as far as, That's all,
it.
just 63.
That's all I got right now. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do you a favor, Cleet. I'm gonna tell you, when y'all get ready to start running, if you'll just tell Coach again, I'll take it on me. If I can kick it from 60, no running. See what happens.
We'll try that.
Because the kids may love you.
Yeah.
If you miss it,
They may hate you.
they're gonna hate you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got a question for Coach Ginn. The Ginn name synonymous with winning and with Alexandria. I mean, down through the history. And we all know last year, those of us that love this game of high school football, last year was I think Cleet just said it, that wasn't Alexandria football, and it was almost gives you a chance to reset and start all over. But having that history at Alexandria, where do you turn to improve on that? What's the first thing you do to kind of reset Alexandria football to get it back to the winning ways?
I'm not sure that you really reset. We just get back to what we've been doing, and that's hard work. There's no substitute for hard work, and I believe that to my core. So that's what we're going to do. That's all I know how to do. Is work hard and work these kids hard. And they've done that, and that's what Alexandria football is to me. So that's all we're going to do. We're not going to. We hadn't come up with any magic, potion or anything to give them, or anything I think that's special that's going to change things. It's just, hey, let's get back to the grind. Let's get back to hard work. That's what got us here, and that's what we're going to hang our hat on.
All right, this question is for the players. What does it mean to you that Coach Ginn chose y'all to come with Coach Ginn today to represent the school? What does that mean to you, Dave?
Honestly, I was surprised at first. I was just eating dinner and I get a call, and I was honestly worried I was in trouble for something. So I saw Coach's name pop up. He said, "No, I need you to come Friday media day." I was honestly shocked, but I felt honored. I felt like I was being seen as one of the leaders and as one of the people we can rely on to show what the team's really made of.
Clay?
Oh, it's an honor for me. I've been on the team for a while, and I've seen plenty of good leaders and seniors that came through, and I've always wanted to be like them. And I think they've showed me and Dean and our senior class what it means to be a Valley Cove and what it means to be a good leader, and I hope I can be like them.
Cleet, I have to know, how did you get the nickname Cleet, and is there anybody anywhere who calls you Grayson?
Not many people know that's my real name, actually. You'd be surprised. But it's kind of a letdown when I tell you all this. But it came from baseball before football. But it ended up being good. It ended up being real good.
Who gave it to you?
My dad gave it to me when I was real little. Yeah.
one final question here from me. Talk about Friday nights in the Valley and putting that A on. And what's your favorite part for the two players, Dean and Cleet? Is it running through the banner when the band's playing, or when they tee it up and you kick the first kick? Sometimes you kick off. You know, if you win the toss, you kick, defer, whatever. But or is it in the locker room after the game when you've won a big game against a quality opponent and everybody's smiling? What's your favorite part of Friday night?
It's really special to me. If I had to pick one thing, there's not really one certain thing that I like more than others, but my favorite thing is coming out in pregame, and I'm out there an hour and a half, 2 hours before the game, and I get to see everybody come in. And most of the time I'm by the fence, and I get to talk to people that I've known my whole life, and everybody feels like family out there to me. And then I'd say one other thing is, when we go in the locker room after warm-ups and we come back out and you see the stadium's filled up, and you see orange and black everywhere, and everybody's eating Valley dogs. But yeah, it's just one big family to me, and that's what I enjoy about it.
Dean, what's special to you that stands out?
I think that that first offensive play that like sets the tone for the night and how it's going to go. I think that's my favorite part of Friday night. Just seeing how the other team's going to react to how we start off, and I hope that we can start off good this year.
Coach, what's your favorite part?
As a player, I think it was just kind of like what Cleet hit on. You go, the stands are about half full when you go in for warm-ups, and then about that 15-minute period you got in there, when you come back out, they're always packed out. And just when you first walk out and it's starting to get dark, and that's just, that's as a player, that was my favorite time. Probably as a coach too. And kind of like what Dean said, as a player too, when at first, butterflies, if you've ever played football, you've got those butterflies until that first play, you first get popped, and then you can start playing the game, So both of those, I can relate to both of those.
Question right here.
Yeah, Coach, talk a little bit about the region. I mean, obviously jumping down to 4A, you guys are going to see some people that you haven't seen in a while, or maybe haven't seen ever. I know we have you penciled in for the coming out for the Etowah game, Alexandria and Etowah. That's a couple of blue bloods of high school football.
Oh yeah, it's a tough, stacked region. But the one thing I like about it is we're getting back to playing some of these guys like you talk about, like Etowah, and a lot of these close teams that we were kind of in rivals with when I was playing and when I was growing up watching Alexandria football. So I'm excited about that. I know the fans, kind of the region we were in. Sometimes you go play some of those Birmingham schools. Well, they come to you, they don't bring many fans, and you go to them, your fans aren't quite as, but I know all these games in our region, man, it's going to be a packed house every night, and I'm excited for these guys to play in front of that.
Well, Coach, give us kind of wrap it up, a few comments about the program, and we'll get y'all through here. Tell me about it.
It's got a lot to do. It's going to have a lot to do with these guys right here to my right and left. They're big leaders on our team, and there's some other seniors. We got a handful of seniors that go along with them. That it's going to depend a lot on them, and we're going to have to play some young guys, but these guys are really going to have to lead us, and on and off the field. And they've done that this summer. They've worked really hard, and they've been good leaders, but they're also going to have to do it with how they play Friday night. So that's going to play a big part. And just how quick, we were a young team last year, and I think there's nothing you can do to exchange for experience. And I think that's just going to help us. That's going to help us. And I think you'll see us this year as the year goes on. I think you'll see us each game get better and better as the weeks go by, because that's what younger kids do. They get better with every game, and I think you're going to see that. And these guys have got to really they got to tote the water till those young guys can catch up to speed. So we're really going to be relying on our leadership.
Well, Coach, thank you very much for a great session. Good luck on the season, fellas.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.